Hey guys, guess who's back? It's your home girl, your host for the most, Adoni the wife. Yes, it is me, Adoni, your logbon, Adoni the wife. Adoni Ogbon. Yes, it is me that make the wife feel like he is unwise because I am Adoni wife. I am a pleasure to have. I am pleasant to have. I am precious. Yes, I am precious. I am the rarest ruby because I am precious ruby. Yes, and you are watching another episode on the All That Matters YouTube channel. And guess what? I am still your host on this channel, and I am so excited to be here with you on another episode. I am glad you're watching me right now. Are you glad you're seeing me? Are you glad you're seeing this prettiness? Are you glad you're seeing it? Am I giving you? Am I giving? So, diving into today's topic. Remember we talked about social stamina last week? Yes, and I told you that you need to have social stamina. You get why? And I made you understand that your social network determines your net worth. So you need social stamina to maintain your social network. So when you maintain your social network, it scales up your social network. And we know this is a new year. We are upping our game. We are adding and topping to our network. So how do we do that? We do that by socializing, because it is still people. Everything you do is for people, and you do to people. So we live in a world that is a social globe. So we have to be social. Be you introvert or be you extrovert. Being social is very important. That's it. So moving into today's topic that has been giving me chills. Today we are going to be doing a movie review. Today is not like those regular episode. It's a movie review day. Somebody shout. Somebody give me a scream. Yes, and what movie are we going to be talking about? Adoni, cut the chase. Let's go. So we are talking about Emancipation. Okay, Emancipation. I had the movie for a long time now, over a month, like since mid-December or early December. But I was like, all these movies that used to have big grammar, they may not be interesting. I will not watch it. I judged it, but I was so wrong, and I'm glad I was so wrong. I gave the movie to a friend, and she watched it for 3 times. And she told me, I watched that movie you gave me for 3 good times. And I'm like, is that interesting? She said, yes, and I was ginger to go and watch it. Can you imagine? And when I watched it, I was like, I have to share this with my family, with my All That Matters, because they matter to me. My ATMers, because they matter to me. And yes, so today we'll be doing a movie review on Emancipation. So Emancipation, the word means being free. Yes, freedom to live by the law, freedom to do what you have to do, what you do that is also under the law. Yes, that is what emancipation is, just freedom. Yes, that's what it means. That's what that big grammar means. So this movie is a movie, the lead character there is Will Smith. Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do if they come for you? You run. Yeah. So Chris Rock didn't know that early. But Chris Rock is also sweet. Will Smith is also sweet. And I know they knew that this is just us being human. What happened at the Oscars? Don't let that make you feel like Will Smith is a bad boy, even though he acted the bad boy. So moving on to today's episode. Today's episode is a movie review. Emancipation, like I earlier stated, and the lead character there is our guy, Will Smith. And this movie is directed by Antoine Fuqua. Nice movie, black and white scene. All the whole scene from beginning to end was black and white. It was about black men when they were held by slave masters, how slave masters treated them. This movie was, oh my god, I get chills when I talk about it. When I remember glimpse from the movie, I'm like, my forefathers suffered. They had seen. Lord. I'm sure that they did this. They did all those things, all those suffering. They fought for freedom so that I can sit here today and talk to anybody in the world. And the world is at peace now. Those things don't matter anymore. Thanks, forefathers, for all you guys did for us. And we are enjoying it now. Thank you for giving us strength. Thank you for teaching us how to be fighters. Thank you for giving us a revolution and helping us achieve it. Thank you very much to my forefathers. Yeah. Yes, now my forefathers. I'm black skin. So, moving into today's topic, which is the movie. The movie is about a man called Peter. It's actually a biography about a real person. It's not like a joke. It's not like a fiction. About a real person. This person, I went online to search for him. They called him Whipped Peter. Yes, like if you see his back, oh my God, scars. The scars looks like his skin was sculpted. Yes, literally sculpted. Oh Lord. So some called him Whipped Peter, some called him Gordon. But Will Smith played the role of Whipped Peter. He was Peter in that movie. The first scene was him washing his wife's leg, his family with his family. They were slaves in a particular town or village. Yes. By the Lions. That's the family name. Lions. The Lions with Lyons. Yes. So they were his slave masters, his initial slave masters. He was seen washing his wife's leg after she had done a whole lot of work, I'm sure in the farm or somewhere, and she was bleeding on her feet. He was washing it, and I'm sure something must have happened because he knew that he was leaving. Not too long, he told them to pray. He prayed with them. He's a man of faith. He's a believer, a strong believer. He prayed with his family and told his family, stay together. Yes. When they came to take him, he told them to stay together, that he would come back for him. Why his initial slave master sold him to another slave master. I don't know why I forgot the man's name, because the man was even making me angry. So I didn't really want to even put his name in my head at all. The man was making me angry. His second slave master. They took him to a place, a part in Louisiana that is covered and surrounded by swamps. That was where his new slave masters was. They were building ammunitions to fight back. I don't know. They were just building ammunitions there, and they were heads of the beheaded slaves there. The place just looked like literal Golgotha. Yes. I don't know when I want to describe a bad place. I just use Golgotha because that's where they keep my sweet Jesus. So that's how the place looks like. I don't know. It's so creepy. I know they brought this man there, and Peter wanted to come back to his family. He had promised them to stay together, that he would come back. That's love for his family. That's togetherness. That's what African men they have. They like keeping they play the father role well. They play the husband role well. If you meet a good African man, yes, he doesn't joke with it. He tells his family that this is what I'm going to do for you. Like, that is exactly what he is going to do. That was what Peter was playing there. He was playing a typical African man. Yes, need to love. African men love so passionately. Yes, that's what you should know, that if you don't know that before. If they love you, you are their family. Forget it. They will shield you and protect you with everything that they've got. So he told his family when he was sold to a second slave that they should be together. And his wife, till then, the head, something like that, that's her name, stayed, made sure, she even lost her arm in the process, to keep her children together with herself. Together, they should be in a place. They shouldn't be scattered, because she believed in the God her husband served, and she believed her husband was going to come back for them. So Peter, when he found himself with this new master that was that man is typical devil. Yeah, he played typical devil because he was so mean. He had dogs that were like hyenas that eat people. He had bad people, so many slave masters there. But Peter made a decision to run away, and he ran away with two or three other people. Okay, two other people. One died in the process. Yes. No, they were like three. Some died immediately, and three of them was just there running. He told them, run towards the swamp, because that place is a place in Louisiana. This movie, if I didn't mention, this movie was when Abraham Lincoln in the year 1863 gave emancipation, that every slave should go free. And a party in Louisiana just said, no, they don't want to let go of their slaves. They would keep them and continue enslaving them. But the president then, Abraham Lincoln, had said, let these people go. They were not letting go. So he raised up army to fight against these people that were still keeping them back, holding back slaves. Why? So they disobeyed the president, the ruler as at that time. So he organized an army to fight these people. They were called the Lincoln's Army. So Peter wanted to find his way out of that Louisiana swamp to the place where Lincoln's army come to pick up slaves. It's like a beach. So he fought so many challenges. He met so many challenges on the way. He was almost caught repeatedly. He was even at the last end, he was still caught, but there was an intervention somewhere, a divine intervention, and he didn't die. So when he ran off from his master's hand, his master wanted by all means to catch him and kill him, because those times when slaves run, they call them runners, and they just make sure they die. It's either you walk or you die. That was the rule then. So Peter ran with some of his friends. One of his friends wanted to be with him. He was like, "No, Peter, I will go with you." Peter was like, "No, if you go with me, they will catch us quickly. Split." Then the other one was being rebellious and he said he wanted to run off on his own, that he doesn't want Peter to be his master. Peter left him and he died in that swamp because they killed him, beheaded him. Oh my God, that movie. Ugh. If you don't have mind, you can't watch it. Yes, but there's so much nuggets in this movie that you need to take. So I recommend it. I recommend you watch. This is not a movie of slavery. It's a movie of freedom. It's how to fight for freedom. Peter faced so many things coming out of that Louisiana swamp to meet the Lincoln's army. He was almost ate by a crocodile. He was almost bitten by a snake. He was shot on the leg. He had so many injuries. His back was messed up, was a messed up map. Like I said, it was like his back was literally sculpted like an artwork. Oh my God. But he made it out after he faced so many challenges. Do you know what beats me in this movie? Is the fact that these people that call themselves slaves masters still pray to God, still go out and do the devotion. So there was a scene where this family were eating, they were praying, they were about to have their dinner, they were praying together, and I think the least of the child raised their eyes, opened their eyes while they were praying, and saw him run off and shouted a runner and was ringing a bell. That was like, it was demonic to me. It was demonic to me. It was like, why didn't you close your eyes and pray and leave this man? And they started chasing him, but he scaled through that swamp. When he got to the beach, when he got to that beach and I saw dead bodies, I knew that all these people had run away from their slave masters and got here. Maybe the Lincoln's army were not coming out as at that time, because that was when Peter came out at the right time, when he saw the Lincoln's army ship coming, and he was running towards the ship in the midst of dead bodies by the beach side, and his master caught up with him. Whipped him. He was repeating this word, lay low. Whipped him and gave him a piece of meat. A piece of meat that we will call kilishi, dry meat. And told him to beg for this meat. Told him to beg. He said, "Beg, dog, beg. I told you I'm your God." And Peter refused to beg. And when he pulled out his gun to blow Peter's head, it was his own head that was blew off. The Lincoln army caught up with him. And Peter was taken to their refuge camp, where they take care of slaves that ran away from their masters. And there and then, when I saw those gallant men, those gallant black men, soldiers looking clean and fresh, I was like, oh, there is hope for Peter. There is hope for Peter. But Peter had one drive, had one motivation. His family. He wanted to go to his family. He wanted to see them. The love for his family kept him going. And the strength that he got from God kept him going. And that movie showed me that there is more. Lessons that I picked from this movie. After he got to the refuge camp, he wanted to go to his family directly. But the captain there was like, "No, you cannot go. You have to stay and help others because they've helped you." And he said, okay. He was going to fight. He fought and told them the secrets of his former master and even his initial master. And they went there, they arrested all these people, and that was it. Peter was free. He met his family again. This movie is more than what I am saying. I'm watering it down. But what did I pick from this movie? First, human truth. Human being. You don't know the limitations, or you don't know how much, it's not limitation, how far they could go. Yes, how far. The heart of man is desperately wicked. That's the first thing I saw. I saw motivation in this movie. I saw fight for freedom. Yes, in this movie. I also saw resilience in this movie. I saw mad faith. When you say mad faith, I saw it in this movie. Mad faith. That was what Peter displayed. And the last of it, actual freedom. Real freedom. Not anyhow freedom. Freedom you earn yourself. That is what I saw in this movie. I saw all these things and I was like, wow. All this loaded in one movie. Lessons that I picked from this movie, because I am driving somewhere. If you beg, demand, ask, or is permitted to own something or do something, it is not yours. Whatever is yours, you do not beg for it, you do not ask for it, you do not demand for it. Someone does not permit you to own it, you fight for it. If it is stolen away from you, it can only be stolen away from you. Then when it is stolen away from you, you fight for it and get it. That was what happened. Because there was a line in the movie where one of the generals was telling Peter that when he saw Peter's back, if you see his back, it was like, this shows that you are disobedient. Yes, it just shows disobedience. And Peter said, oh, you see disobedience. But what he saw was fighting. He fought them. He was not being disobedient. He was fighting. And that is why they were flogging him. This man, like I remember I told you, this is a biography. This is what someone actually went through this thing. The actual man said he was beaten up to coma, and he was in coma for 2 months. He was in coma for 2 months. 2 good months. Yeah, that was where he encountered God while he was in coma, and that was where he became faithful and had that mad faith, mad belief, because it's rare. Great faith. That was where he got it from, and he knew there was God, and he stuck with God to the end of it all. So, when that man said that, and Peter gave him the reply, their captain also said something. I can't remember his name, but it was a black man with a beautiful eye, and he said, oh, he was born free. He could do anything he wants to do. Everything is permitted to do, almost everything he wants to do. And Peter told him that if someone lets you do all this, that means it is not freedom. Yes, that means you are not actually free. If someone permits you to do all these things you've listed, you are not actually free. So there is an actual freedom. When you tie yourself to something or tie yourself to someone, and it is someone that determines where and what you are going to do, where and what you are going to eat, and you feel like you are living, no, you are in bondage. Come out of it. So that leads me to my conclusion. And I'm concluding with Nigerian 2023 election. Remember, there was a time we were shouting, end SARS, end police brutality, end bad governance. Yes, I always say something in that you don't tell someone to give you power. If you believe that it is yours, you go and get it. You fight for it. And we have the privilege, we have the political sovereignty to go for it with this, our PVC. So if you have not gotten yours now, would you rather queue for a whole day to get your PVC than queue for 4 years? Queue in filling stations, hike of petrol, queue in, Lord, queue in the hospital. Have you been to a general hospital recently? Queue in the embassy. You should see. I sometimes I go to VI and I see the embassy filled up. Hey God, hospitals filled up. You take queues, take numbers. Filling station blocked, filled up, cars lined up. All this can end with your PVC. So you can go out there and fight for what is yours by going out to get your PVC and voting. That is where your strength lies. So I am telling you that emancipation, a man was free from a slave master. What do you, as a youth, as a young Nigerian youth, what do you want to be free from? What is yours that has been taken away from you, that you feel like you have been cheated and you deserve, and you want to take what is yours? What are you willing to fight for? And this is your fighting tool. Go and get your fighting tool. Go and get it. Go and get it. And remember, Adoni Wise is rooting for you. Adoni Wise is adding her voice to your voice for a better future for our generations to come. Our children may not be us now. We may not enjoy it. We may suffer from we getting this revolution like our forefathers did for us, but our children will know better by getting this piece of this small rectangular thing. So, in conclusion, Emancipation is a very good movie. Has lots and lots of information in it. You need to watch it, and lots of things to learn from it. Go there, watch this movie, and come back and comment on what you picked from this movie, what you learned from this movie. Because I've given you what I learned, at least what I could remember. Yes, so I know there's lots and lots of nuggets in this movie. I'm giving you a lot. Go and watch this movie and let it plant a seed in your heart. Thank you for watching today's episode. I am so excited that I gave you that serious big girl vibe. Yeah, it doesn't come all the time. It comes once in a while. Yeah, serious girl, revolutionary. Yes, you get that kind of vibe, visionary vibe. You know. So, but I'm not joking. That's what we ought to do as Nigerian youths. Thank you for watching today's episode. Love you and thank you for your support. Likes and comments. If you watch this video, give it a thumbs up. If you love what I said, if you love that I go out of my way to create content for you, please send me likes and subscribe. Tell me, share my video to your friends. I love you. Thank you for tuning in today. Bye.